Woodpeckers, welcome back. Welcome back to Winning Whiskey Wednesday. I'm Steven. This is the shop. A little out of order of how I've been filming. I'm not done with the project, but I no longer have to use any power tools, so I can start my video. I do have a little bit of work left to do on the box, but we can jack and coke the rest of the night. So you'll see that one, not the original plan. Original plan was to build some Adirondack chairs. Wanting to do it for a while. Projects just keep coming up, and this week's project's just the same. I've got 3 shadow boxes, the smaller ones that I make. 1 that's past due. 2 that I had a client, customer reach out and said, hey, can you build these boxes for me? And I've done, I don't even know how many now, for him in the police department he works for. So I said, absolutely. But I didn't have all the materials. So you'll see me go on a trip out to Lowe's, which is always a fun time. And then we'll get to break down how the box is made. But first one's always y'all. Oh, second one too. Woodpeckers, welcome back. So I'm not in the shop, not in the yard. I'm at like Disneyland. I'm in the parking lot of Lowe's. So this week's episode was supposed to be me making an Adirondack chair. Why? Because the weather's getting better, or at least I'm hoping it is. And I like sitting outside by the fire. The reason why I'm at Lowe's is not to pick up supplies for the chairs. I'm behind the power curve on one project, and then I got 2 similar projects for a customer that I've done a lot of business with. The police department up in New Jersey. So I've got to get supplies for that. And that's what this week's video is going to be on. Come walk around Lowe's with me. So I'm going to try my best not to knock over my phone that's on this little tripod on this lengthy card. And the first time I've been in public doing this. So what I do need to get that I don't have is plexiglass. I normally like to use regular glass because it's just easier to clean, easier to keep clean. But 2 of the 3 boxes I've got to make are going to get shipped. So with getting shipped, I don't want to chance it. So they get plexiglass, and it's good stuff. I do want to pick up a little extra wood. It's not every time my cuts are the best, but we try our best. Unlike any big box store, what you're gonna get is stuff that's not always straight. What I end up doing is I will actually put it on the floor, and you can see this one actually already turning. But I go like that. I won't take that one. This one, not bad. It's pretty straight. This one is not bad. Will be a secondary. I will take this one. This one is an absolute no. All right. What the one? Yeah. Absolute no. Nice. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, I'm glad I said no to that one. Let's see if I can get one more out of here. And I'm in frame. So this might be the reason why I always have a little bit extra wiggle line around. It's because you have to get a little extra. I don't need any of these, but I kind of want some. Not today, not today. So now starts the process of trying to find the best piece that I can. And I say best piece, it's the only ones that they have, and this one's actually an offcut. So it's not even the piece that I need. You win some, you lose some. But I need 18 by 24 twice. Selections made. And finally, no trip to Lowe's is complete without stopping here. Because we need it. We always need it. But what numbers do I need? I do need more 180. I have enough 220. I have unopened 320. And this is actually all I need for the moment, which is surprising because I go through a lot of sandpaper. Quick Lowe's trip is done. See y'all back at the shop. So back from Lowe's into the shop. A couple years ago, I started making these smaller shadow boxes. One, because they were quicker, and two, they're cheaper. Cheaper for me to build, cheaper to sell as well. But what I was smart and did was I made a full. You can see that there's more than one groove that's been cut onto it, just so I can keep things the same time and time again. But this is what a full, more or less, cut looks like. So what I'm going to do is I will take I'll take the boards that we picked up and cut them down. Now, unfortunately, this board is not always the same size as the plexiglass or the glass that I pick up. It just like I bent down today and tried to pick up what I normally get, and they were out of it. Or they had 1.5 pieces of what I normally do use, and I had to go with a different option. It's a better option. It's a higher quality, or at least it's priced higher quality plexiglass from what I normally get. But yeah, every time I cut it, every time I cut the board, I've got to remeasure because it's just not always going to be the same. And it, like this one, I'm not sure if y'all can see that, but it hangs over maybe a 16th or a 32nd. It's enough where you won't be able to get a good corner joint with it. It just won't, without bowing up. So every time we come out, I will lay my piece down, square it up to the wood, and just scribe across. So now I know when I cut on this line for this piece, and sometimes they are, you know, I picked up 3, doesn't mean all 3 of them are going to be the same. 16th of an inch off. I've noticed. So every time I do cut a new one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to measure out the size of the plexi to the actual board. The side, we want movement, right? We know that wood expands and it contracts, you know, between the humidity and heat and the cold. So you want to have a little bit of wiggle room, and that's designed and built into how we make it. We cut up the grooves for the plexi to actually line into. So let's get that first cut done. And staying on theme for this year, we will use safety. So with the leftover that we have, we're going to take the side piece and we will cut that down to size, leaving us with very little scrap. So as you can see, this is why you pick up extra. Between the shop and the store, unless I grab that wrong one, this has way too much. wiggle to it. What I will use this for is I'll cut down the flag inserts, which will, minus that end, I won't use because it's a little more than warped. So I'll stay over here. Take two with the side piece. Yeah, much better. So last piece of the puzzle we've got. We're gonna put some 45-degree angles on. I think these are 16 inches. 15, I'm sorry, 14 and 3/4. So I'm gonna see how many I can get out of this straight up board, and then if I have to use that wonky one, I will. So to make sure that I don't get these messed up, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Don't want to. That's all on top film, so it'll come off. It won't come off if I write with permanent marker on the actual wood. Just do 1 and 1. Two and 2. 3 and 3. So now that I got those marked out, I'm gonna clean up my little workstation here. Put all my other like items together. And meet you all at the table saw. So I'm going to time lapse it because I've got to hit with 120, the 180, the 220, and then the 320. We want to make sure it gets a great finish on it, nice and smooth, very soft. It just makes it look so much better. If only it didn't take all that time. Let's get to it. It's a little dusty in here. But after the 320, I went up to a 400. I'm just going to do the outside quickly. I think the inside of the 320 is good. It's got a few spots that I don't particularly, I mean, it's going to be hidden, but if you can see some of that, you get some swirl marks with the 320. So you got to go make a lot of dust. Sometimes you just got to go back down and buff the last little bit out. So got everything sanded down over to 400. You can see there's still a lot of dust on here. Good thing is batching them out, they're all going to be the same color stain. But because there's so much I do need to stain, I don't want it to sit right on my very dirty table. So we bring out the paper. So last night I did brush off each piece with my, little brush, but you can see that it still has very, very fine dust particles everywhere. So we hit everything with a tap cloth. Before I get started, I'm going to throw this into a time lapse because it's going to take a while. We are back after a little self-love. Made it out to the shed. Got a little walk class done. Went and got a haircut. Washed my truck. Everything's nice and dry, just like we like it. I've got the piece that I had up on the CNC machine. It is outside drying. I used the first coat of paint. It's white. Got to go back over it with some blue, and I want to say there's gold in it as well. I got to go back and look at the photo that he had sent me. But we're in a good place to put this together, and this will start our frame for the entire thing, but also so I can get it onto a piece of backboard and then flush trim it all around. I don't know who is out in the shed right now, but somebody's dropping the weights. Not complaining. As long as they're out there, I'm happy. And after I get these all braced up, I'm gonna go through with a countersink and then drill in some screws, and so only one side will end up getting glued, because the other side I need to be able to get the
plexi or the regular glass through. And sometimes I just won't use any glue at all. And you see me feeling for it, make sure that it's flush. So what I didn't tell you was what wood stain we ended up going with. It's called aged barrel. And again, you've been on this channel a little bit. You know that is one of my go-tos. I just like the way it looks. It grays everything out, but the yellow of the pine, it comes through. It comes through so nicely. I do really enjoy that. Bum 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 bum. Where is my square? Oh goodness. Good. I likes. Absolutely. When a plan comes together, it's not really a plan. It's just I've made quite a few of these over the last couple of years, and it's good to be able to start with a base, like the template that I put out. So the only thing I got to worry about is I got to go below the groove that we cut out. So as long as I'm down just over an inch with the first one, and then wherever I want to on the bottom, but it'll get 2 screws, making sure that it's lined up. All right, and then I'll just get 1-inch screws. Sometimes I do 1 1/4. Really depends on what I have in the shop. The 1 inch isn't more than enough. The 1 1/4 is a little bit of overkill, and it will go pretty deep within the opposite side. Sometimes I don't like doing it because there's more room for error. It won't go down straight, and you'll come out the side of the wood. You just never want that. So I already got my router depth hit where I want it, and these bearings will just roll across this wood, and I'll tear out the pieces I don't want. So now that my boxes are done, I've got to hit all of this with my vacuum because that will go everywhere. Say la vie. So folks, in the last couple of hours, you watched me in the time's lapse put this together. I'm gonna close it up for tonight and let some dust settle. Do some cleanup. Right about, it's gonna be about a 98% solution right now. I do know that as soon as I take the film off the top of this, I'm gonna need to clean the glass. And I don't do that in the shop any longer. It takes too long. It's just a pain in the ass. So I'll do my final cleanup inside the house. Or I'll vacuum the felt, take some more tape to it. And then Windex the plexiglass. All of that was underneath there. It wasn't. It's the shop. But I do like the way that came out. It's a little bit of when I take it apart and put it back together after I clean it, there's some felt that didn't sit flat. But I like it. I like it's personalized. The guy likes bowling. It works. I'm gonna need more to send you off right. Well, folks, I am done for the night. I've got the 2 other boxes that I've gotta finish. Not tonight. I'm gonna work on this. But good build. I love making these shadow boxes. I love making them personal. Just something about them. But I will continue to saw, sand, sipping. I left a little bit just to repeat. You have a great night. Bye.